Hi everyone, it's Pip here from Queen Pip Cards. I'm back again to show you another way that you can create a stenciled effect. This time it's not using our stencils or masks that are available. This time it's using a framelit. And I fell in love with the Cups and Kettle framelit set that's in the Spring Summer catalogue, and I just love the effect that you can get if you use your framelit as a stencil. So this is the card that I'm going to show you how I made. So first things first, I am going to just attach a piece of Whisper White cardstock. A bit of retired washi always comes in handy. And again, I've cut this piece to the largest mat size, so this is 14.4 centimeters by 10, and then what I do is I cut it down afterwards so it fits onto this mat that goes on the card base itself. Then I've used the Cups and Kettle framelit dies. I've taken the teapot, which is very suitable and apt in our house because we drink an awful lot of tea, and I use that to cut out the teapot shape from just a piece of scrap card, like that. So I ran that through the Big Shot, took the teapot out, and I'm left with that shape behind, and that then forms my stencil that I'm going to use on my card. I decided that I was going to do on this card, I did Island Indigo and Melon Mambo, and they've come together beautifully. So I start with my inks. This is the Island Indigo, and with my Melon Mambo, and this time I'm not going to attach this stencil to the actual grid paper. I'm going to hold it by hand. This just means you need to be a little bit more careful about how you're sponging and where you're working. You don't want to go off either of the edges, otherwise you'll start to sponge up here. So I just worked out roughly where I wanted my teapot to be in the centre. That's kind of central. And then I ink it up again as normal, starting at one edge of the image and just working in a circular motion all the way over. Now you need to be a bit careful here, so I did this in a bit more of a straight line, just here at this piece where the lid sits, because it's a very, very small attached piece of card. And you just add more or less ink as you want to, just to create some dimension towards the edges, and you just keep going until you're happy with the depth of colour that you want. And it always looks less dark than it actually is on the cardstock when you've got it like this, because you can see the darkness around it, and so it doesn't look quite so strong on the cardstock. But when you lift it off, you can see that it's quite a good image. And then I just played around really and just moved my teapot to be wherever I wanted it to be. There we go. And then I got rid of my Island Indigo sponge and I brought in my Melon Mambo sponge, and I just went back over this the teapots with other teapots. Where you overlap, of course, it's going to go a bit purpley, where the pink and the blue are meeting, and it does squeak a little bit. You just have to not set your teeth too much on edge with the squeaking. So when you're happy with it, take your top washi and bottom washi off, and as you can see there's a gap there, and that is why I always do it slightly larger, so I can trim it down, because you don't want these gaps showing on your card. And then I cut it down, mounted it on Island Indigo matte on Melon Mambo base, a little bit of retired twine, don't look at that too closely, and a button, and this is out of Teeny Tiny Wishes, and using the word window as a sentiment. So that's how you can make another stencil card, this time using your framelits. I don't have a technique class lined up in May because I'm running my retreat, so I will pick some different things to be showing you next month in my technique quick tips video. So I hope you've had fun. Check out the blog, all the details are on there. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.